Alright, y'all, I'm back. I actually made a video that I made before this one today because I just had to make that other one. It was super important, but this one is about, this is the original video I wanted to make for you guys. And I want to title it Why the Narcissist. I want to kind of say why they chose the streets over you. I might not pick that as a title, but I might. But this is why they treat you like absolute and utter shit when you're the one like being kind to them or whatever. So the narcissist chose the streets over you for this reason. And I'm going to give you an analogy, and I'm going to use a story that actually happened to me when I was living with this Italian slash Irish family, okay? Now, I was living with this Irish family. It was my boyfriend at the time's family, and they had this back room, right? Nothing significant about the back room. It had a bathroom and laundry room on the side or whatever, and like another sleeping area for guests or whoever, right? And I came across this fish tank, and this fish tank was on the floor. And it was like so grody and dirty that it was like green and murky. The water was not see-through. It was like disgusting. Like if you could take the inside of a scab and like coat a fish tank with the inside of a scab, right? It looked like that, like a scab. And so I walked over to it and I was like, ew, what is this even about? Because the water was literally still in it. And I'm like, why are they keeping this here? I was in there looking for something totally different. And I noticed something like in it, right? I'm like, of course, I'm like, what's going on here? And I noticed a little face peeking out. And I'm like, and I noticed that it was a betta fish. And you know, betta fish are very beautiful. Even if they weren't, I'm like, oh, something's alive in this gross ass like tank thing, right? And being that I noticed, because I'm an animal person and I've worked with animals for over 15 years. So I'm like, wow, this is a betta fish. So I knew to go, and which I did. I went to the pet store. I went and got things for betta fish. I went and got food for betta fish. I went and got, because you have to condition water specifically for the type of fish that it is. I got things to condition water. I got new rocks. I got another tank. I did all that shit. And I came back and I was like, I'm going to save you, little buddy, right? And so I put this, all this like stuff into this new tank, put it together. It takes a couple hours sometimes, to condition the new tank and the water and stuff. So I did that. And I transferred this little dude into this clean, beautiful, pristine tank full of gorgeous things. And I then fed him food that was specifically for betta fish. Okay? You know what his ass did? Within 24 hours time, he fucking died. Now, why did he die? And I know there's going to be some lame-ass fish bitch that's going to come onto my channel and be like, oh, I happen to know so much about fish that he died because of... I don't give a fuck, bitch. I mean, don't fuck up my analogy, all right? All right. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I made this new tank for this fish, this betta fish, this beautiful, gorgeous fish, and that had been abused, clearly, because I'm like, I remember asking everybody, how long has that tank been in there? And I remember the grandma going, I don't know, like 3 years. 3 years. Unfed in murky water. You know what the murk was? We'll get to that. But the fish died, right? And I'm like, motherfucker. Like, you died because it was too clean? That is exactly what the narcissist does. Unfortunately, they don't die immediately like that fish did. But, so maybe some do. I haven't been that blessed in that regard. But yeah. They choose the streets as their ideal environment. Much like that fish, because that fish was so flabbergasted that the environment that I provided them with, a clean environment with food that was sufficient, that was nice, that wasn't dirty, when it had been in fact eating its own shit off the side of a glass tank for 3 years, that when I introduced it to the lifestyle that it actually deserved to live, that was decent and caring and loving and clean and kind with attention, it went into overdrive mode and it self-destructed and died because it was so used to being comfortable in its own shit that for it not to have to eat its own shit without any love around it, it could not take the new environment. So narcissists are very much like that. See, like, they're used to their mom being some straight up trash and a whore and all that stuff. They're used to their siblings fighting back and forth. They're used to dating prostitutes and things like that. They're used to lying to people or fighting just to get something to eat that day, or fighting just to get a place to stay that day, or having to pimp themselves out and suck a dick or give some dick, to somebody they don't even love, like, or even know, just to like get a $4 plate of wings and fries from the carry out and a floor to lay their head on at night. When you came along, you were like, here's a home, here's love, here's some genuine, like, love, here's some clean food, here's some clean clothes, here's some, I actually care, here's a beautiful environment, here's that sparkly, God-filled thing that all humans deserve, because God is love and we should exude love, right? They self-destruct, run you down and over, and they immediately run back to the streets because they cannot handle that. What you are offering as a loving being with clean things, clean living, loyalty, honesty, clean clothes, clean food, clean lifestyle, not a whore, not a cheater, and all that stuff, they can't take that. They're like, oh, and they run immediately back to the filth, the streets, because they are comfortable eating their own shit. It may not feel good, just like I'm sure that fish felt sick many times for 3 years, as that much fish shit caked up a whole tank to the point where you couldn't see through it. It was like green and yellow. It looked like I said, it looked like a scab. Like yellow, then it turned green, and there was some purple, then it was like, where the fuck that come from? It looked like something that you slide under a microscope. Just some kind of gross slab with some kind of growth on it, right? So, like, much like that little fish was like, oh, a clean environment, and instantly died, that narcissist feels death upon them. Death until one's ego and self, when it is introduced, and by it I mean the narcissist, when it is introduced to a clean environment with love in it. You triggered that shit, and it freaked out. That narc freaked out and ran back to them shit-encrusted streets because it does not know how to survive in a healthy environment. So no, all that, what did I do? I thought I did all this, and they still left. The narc still did me dirty. They still rolled out. Nigga, like, it has nothing to do with you being wrong. You were actually so right that they could not even handle that shit. They couldn't take it, bro. They could not take it. Okay? They had to run back to the streets because they have never seen a clean home. They've never seen loyalty. They've never seen clean food. They've never seen, like, love without it being transactional. They've never seen anything like that. They've never seen a emotionally, spiritually, and mentally clean environment that was real. They've never seen that. So when you presented that, not only did it make them self-destruct, it looked fake because if all you've grown up with is fake, how do you even know what real looks like? Real looks fake to you. Like, oh, they want to know what you want from me. Oh my God. What do you want from me? What do you want from me that you're giving me this? There's no way. And something's got to be wrong with you to love me because I'm some shit and trash. Something's got to be wrong with you. And if you can love some piece of shit trash like me, I know you're the op. You're an op. And it's like, no, I'm not an op. I'm just a genuine person that had genuine love for you, man. Like, you know, why are you running? So, and that's why you're left confused. Like, I've never seen love make people run except Jesus. Because what did Jesus do? Come here, heal the sick, the poor, the needy, chill with sinners, help them out, give them, life and life more abundantly and all that. And what did they do? Freak out like that fish did, like that narc did, and killed him. They crucified him for it. Because there's no way that you can actually mean this. I mean, who does nice things without expecting something? I do nice things without expecting something. I don't need you to give me something back. How about you just smile and thank God for your life today and spread the good word and spread the love to someone else without expecting something. But that's so simple that people that are demon-filled and demon-abused, because the narc was abused by demons before they let the demon enter them, okay? They don't understand that. So much like that fish that didn't have to die, but died because he was provided the unfamiliar. Something clean. Someone that loved it. Someone that was like, let me go get something that's tailored just to what you eat and what you need to be swimming in and things that you might like in your tank. The fact that someone came along and gave it what it really needed all along, the whole time, the disbelief within that fish, the shock of it finally happening for that fish, it became so overstimulated by actual real love that it fucking self-destructed and died. And the narcissist is so different. Anyway, so it wasn't you guys. It's just, if something doesn't understand and never experienced real love, it really can't identify it. And they run right back. That thing will run right back to them streets. Hence the reason you see all these videos on TikTok where people, bitches trying to save alley cats, and the cat, they finally get the cat in their house, and the cat scratching them and fucking up shit and tripping and pissing and hissing, and all that person's doing is like feeding them and trying to like, with a long handled spoon and trying to like love them, and that cat's still like, it's like, dumb bitch, don't you even understand you're in like a loving environment? Like, this ain't the street, right? Narcissist, and if they were to open that door instead of trapping that cat would run right back out into the street like a dumb bitch, because that is familiar. That's why that narcissist ran back to that hooker, ran back to their mother who hates them and doesn't love them, ran back to those fake friends that hates them and doesn't love them, ran back to not being able to have a stable house and home or whatever, ran back to not knowing where they're going to eat at, ran back to just fucking and selling their body for whatever. They ran back to all that shit because they literally self-destructed at contact. Demons self-destruct when light from the love of God in heaven above makes contact with it. It blows the fuck up. Love you, bye.